want to speak because you are on the other side of the room in small boxes on a screen from me. I don't know, do I need to say that Beth, Alex, Rob, Patrick, Jerry, and myself are here? So those are the voices that will be chiming in, and Jennifer, who I think is still trying to get the computer hooked up. And I don't know how far ahead I can get without her. Does somebody want to take some minutes?
Yeah, I will.
Thank you, Terry. So has everyone had a chance to look over the minutes from our September meeting that were sent out? Are there any comments, corrections, suggestions, alterations? If not, I'll have a motion to approve.
I motion to approve.
Patrick, can I have a second?
Approved.
Rob? All right, all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Anyone's opposed, like wave wildly at this time? Okay, all right, we will count the minutes as approved. And move on. The next item on here is the Douglas Hill redevelopment update. I don't know, Jerry, is there a 30-second elevator speech?
Tonight, we opened the public hearing on the zoning for the redevelopment. And tonight will be devoted exclusively to education information presentations. We're not going to be taking public comment tonight on the presentation. That will move to the next meeting, which will be October the 19th. And that meeting will be largely devoted to public comment. And so I think if the Arts Commission is going to submit a letter, that's the appropriate time to submit it. You'll have 3 minutes. Somebody can come and read 3 minutes of the letter and then submit it in writing also. So that's where we are. And the sculpture garden continues to be in all of the maps as part of the project. So he has not eliminated that. And as council has a chance to ask questions tonight, I will certainly ask about why he had, after repeatedly telling us he would not touch the
He
sculpture.
wants that as an
garden.
entrance into the development.
We were all there, right?
We've all, I will ask him again why it continues to be included.
Did everybody have a chance to read the draft of the letter that Judy sent out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judy, I don't know if you got comments back on that, if there were, or if we'll just go with.
Yeah, I'm just people positive. I didn't get any corrections or anything.
So do we need to officially as a commission agree that we're gonna send that letter? I mean, is there a formal motion to that, or should we just?
I don't think she just do it.
I think she can just do
I
it.
think
if-
so.
If there's consensus from the committee.
Well, that's, I guess, yeah.
But somebody, the more powerful thing to do would be, rather than just submit it, to have someone from the Arts Commission come to the meeting and read it. That will be much more powerful than just sending the letter in that somebody may or may not read.
And shouldn't it be Katie to do that?
Well, I was just gonna say, do you have to be in person, or can you do it on?
You can do it on Zoom.
Mhm.
The most powerful part of that would be to have somebody come to the council meeting in person and read that letter. That will be more powerful than Zoom.
Mhm.
October what?
It's
19th.
October 19th at 7:30.
Does that mean like waiting like 3 or 4 hours until your time comes up?
If you get there early, you can get fill out your speaker card.
Or the person who
So
calls
actually-
on people.
So October 19th is when we're able to express our opinions.
Yes,
Okay.
All
And do people have to sign up for that? Or?
So there are speaker cards in there and you just fill them out and give them to the city clerk.
The day of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just,
And
in
then
case
she's in
anybody
there.
asks, I just want to be able to tell them the,
yes,
Yeah.
that you can, and you can do this in person, you can do it on Zoom,
Mhm.
or you can simply submit your comments in writing.
But
Those
usually
are-
what happens is the order is like, they'll do the in-person people first, and then they'll see if anybody has their hands up for Zoom. So that may result in a long wait, Patrick.
And people don't really go too long. You normally want to do
3
something
minutes.
really short.
Well, in
Yeah.
person would be the best way to do
In
it.
person will be the best way to do it.
Okay, so we can move.
I had a quick question.
Yeah.
Can you all hear me okay?
Yes.
In the letter, Judy expressed it so well as far as our opposition to the sculpture park not being included, but shouldn't we clarify if it is or not? There's been a lot of misinformation, a lot of difference in drawings out there, if it was being saved or not. But I would just hate for somebody to go in and say, we oppose its
Mhm.
removal, and they'll say, well, no, it's planned to be part of the development.
Yeah, so I guess if we can get some clarification on that.
It's on the maps.
Well, I meant you were gonna ask for
Tonight.
information.
And I will ask for further clarification this evening.
So tonight we'll get a definite answer and if, or we'll get another wishy-washy.
You'll get
And,
another,
Yeah,
Sorry,
But when
this is
we did the
recorded.
Zoom call, did it seem wishy-washy? It just seemed like he just said, no, it's not part of it.
Mhm.
They didn't seem wishy-washy the way.
Well, we need something in writing from him or a revised
well,
map.
but then he continued to submit
Right.
plans that included.
I
it.
meant, well, I'm just saying at the beginning, it didn't, it just seemed he was very amenable to, but.
Yes, as he is with.
Okay, so this is this is the pattern,
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's fair to say that.
That's what I
it's been-
wanted to kind of figure out.
That there has not been clear direction and that we are concerned that we, some people are being told that it is and some people are being told that it's not. And we want to, formally state that we would like assurance that the sculpture park will be saved in its current state
Yes,
from.
yes,
And will remain
yes.
property of the
Part-
city.
part-
property
part
of
of
the-
If
Yeah.
those,
Okay,
but also,
I would think if those drawings go through and are approved, then that's it. I mean, if it's on the drawing, then it's in it, because it's, you know what I mean? If it's agreed to that. I think he's got to change the drawing and then submit it and then for his approval. There's, I mean, the
Did a little-
verbiage is not much if there's something that's drawn out or written out.
Right, Don, did you have a point?
Yeah, I did a little research and there were like 10 different versions of the plans and some of them had it in there, some of them didn't. I sent a little email out kind of reflecting that. But I think at least the theory is that they wanted to build some sort of amphitheater in that area. And one of the proposals had like food trucks parked along that street, the side street, the diagonal street. And I think he doesn't want to be tied to what that space will be. And that may be the problem. He doesn't quite know what they want to do with that land, and he wasn't sure if he could commit to saving the triangle. So that might be the issue.
and also, when he spoke with us, I think he makes this clever kind of, he'll save the sculpture because several times he committed to using the sculpture elsewhere, that he's all about sculpture. We want to make it clear that that is not what we
Oh,
want.
brother.
Well, also aren't those sculptures, several of those sculptures on loan? So
Yeah.
would they even be able to be like, hey, now a developer can just use them as
But is-
property? They're on loan to the city, not
Well,
to
they're
Or-
on, yeah, they're
Or
on
it
loan to
belongs to
us.
the city, it doesn't belong to him.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty clear he has no intention of keeping that sculpture park.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty clear.
I agree with Patrick.
Yeah,
Has anybody went to his, to the place over there in Afton? The food truck park?
9 Mile.
And there,
That's his, that's the development that he kind of always points to. I mean, you can almost see him picking that up, you know what I mean, and placing it for his, for his music area there.
Okay.
So you would see that where the food trucks are kind of ends everything.
All right, I think we are unanimous in opposing this. And I guess we'll wait to get just a little bit more clarification tonight, and then we will submit Judy's letter, and I will go on the 19th and read it out loud for 3 minutes or 3 minutes of it. And we'll just at least have lodged our protest. And I think that's all we can do, probably.
Good solution.
hard. All right,
I mean, is there a benefit to having more Arts Commission people there, sort of identifying ourselves as Arts Commission when
try to make it.
Katie reads her letter?
I'll be there.
I would say anybody who wants to come, I mean, we can even probably stand up in a body, if, I mean, just one of us can speak, but if there's more people present, maybe that's more of an impact.
Yeah,
So
What time is it? I'm sorry.
7:30.
7:30.
yeah, I'll come.
On the 19th?
Yes, October the 19th. And when do I need to sign up for my space? Do I sign up at 7:30 or?
When you come in.
When
go
you come
out,
in,
Yeah.
and there'll be a work session beforehand and they'll be over there, so you can just grab one and fill it out.
Fill it out, and they come ready.
Okay.
They're like next to the door or? you-
They're like
Yeah, I'll
right,
be there. I'll
next to the
definitely be
podium.
there.
Oh, next to
they're
the
like on that
podium.
little thing. Yeah, it says, there's a little table tent that says speaker cards.
All right. All right. Well, good luck to us, right? So moving on from there, our next topic is the Lifetime Achievement in the Arts. Just, I believe, a quick recap. We are going to make a brief presentation as part of a memorial service that the rep is organizing. It happens that ceremony takes place on October the 16th, which, if you check your calendars, is less than 2 weeks from now. So
At what time?
apparently at 11 o'clock in the morning. So,
And you must make a reservation.
oh, and you have to make a reservation to attend.
Can
So-
you do more than one person when you make the reservation or not?
I don't, I.
Okay, I'm just wondering.
So John's idea,
So did everybody get the email? I guess Jerry forwarded from John with the idea, oh, I can't hold this up and show you because you can't see me.
All right,
The idea of the caricature, sort of Al Hirschfeld-esque line caricature of Stephen that we could print up and put some sort of information at the bottom, and then it could be hung in the lobby at the rep as a sort of a commemorative piece. I can't tell if I'm getting blank looks or.
know that I.
it would be something that would be eye-catching enough and more than just the usual kind of plaque you get, that they would actually want to hang it like in the wall of the
Right.
lobby of the rep. And John, this is incredible. This is.
I know he can't see
Oh,
it,
okay.
Patrick. It
This-
doesn't.
Well, I'm holding it up and waving it with a big smile on my
Hey,
face.
John, do you have one, do you have a
Or can you forward
Can
this?
you
to
just
my
hold yours
son?
up? Can you hold yours
Well,
up so everybody could see it?
Or forward it so people have a clue what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You see, you come up
I
with words.
should be able to. I filed it away. I can't see anything right now.
You can find it.
Anyway, I guess we have about 5 minutes in their program to stand up and do this presentation, if that. So I unfortunately am out of town. I don't know if anybody else would be willing to stand up and be part of the presentation process. We have a couple of folks who would be willing to just say a few words and present this. Oh, here, John's got his drawing.
I don't know if this will.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
Oh, wonderful.
Up a little bit, John. There we go. Perfect.
Oh, terrific.
I would just try to attempt a Al Hirschfield style, but in my, the best I could do. And I could.
You
put
don't have any
whatever
Ninas in
We
it.
could set, type of verbiage you want underneath it.
Could that be reasonably done between now and the 16th, produced?
Yeah, I would only worry about framing it if I could talk to
Rafika?
Rafika about having a standard frame and then create everything to that size.
I'm sure they'll work with us. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd just
I
be a
think
simple black frame is all I would, that's usually what you would see.
Yeah. No, I don't think there's a reason to go high end on the frame. Let's make it as easy as
Do
possible.
we already have wording from former plaques that we could probably lift the wording from?
I think we could come up with some wording that would be pretty easy, Webster Groves Arts Commission.
Yeah.
I think we could do that, but the issue is, do we print that on there? Do we do a little plate?
Little plate would be nice.
A nice plate that we put at the bottom of that and it all gets framed together? I mean, I don't know, what do you guys think?
Can we
Yeah,
get a
that,
plate done in 2
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be able to.
Whatever.
So it's a frame with this, is a frame with a spacer, is that what you're saying?
I think you could just. screw in.
well, you can put a, you can do a mat on the artwork and then a smaller opening at the bottom under it with that, you know, typeset verbiage, or you can do a little metal plate that goes inside the frame.
You do all this stuff.
I know, but I'm not, I'm just trying to visualize what, I don't know what you mean by a plate, so.
A little metal, like.
Metal.
Yeah.
Oh, that, I thought. I'm like, why are we putting a plate in the front?
More of a dessert plate.
You're like, you know how to do this.
I'm like looking.
So-
around.
Well, the thing is, we have to understand is I'm dealing with art that's, that-
Marilyn, you're muted.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about 3D.
There,
kind
am I muted now?
No.
You're good.
Now you-
No, you're good.
I think it would be more personal if somebody actually hand wrote the information just below the drawing, because then it makes it so original instead of just a plate.
I could do that
Like
too.
if all of us actually signed it at the bottom from the Webster
Oh,
Oh,
Arts
that's true. That was, okay.
commemoration.
Are we having another meeting before the?
Well,
No,
we
we have to
we
have
could
it,
quickly meet somewhere and just sign.
yeah, have
Or
it
it
at
could
a
be at
shop.
City Hall and we could stop by.
I don't know, it's such a beautiful piece of art. Like, I don't know how to scribble our
But
signatures on it.
it's from the commission, which is something bigger than the people.
Yeah, it lives on
Commission.
kind of thing, no matter who's on.
So you want to do it in the, Marilyn, do you want to do it in the mat underneath?
What?
You want to, do you want to do it in the mat underneath?
I think it should be right on the drawing. That makes it even more important to have the original art signatures underneath it and as a commemoration, so that in the future, people remember the.
It's for us.
Don, did you have a
I'm
statement?
just curious where we think, do we give this to his family or does it go to the theater? Or where do we think it's going to end up?
Who do we hand it to? Yeah.
I actually don't know, but I think it would go to the theater because I'm not sure that there's much family there.
I would think Mark
would
would,
take that.
Mark would
I
pick
think
it up.
Mark would pick it up and take it on behalf of the theater. Which is why I'm thinking that if it's really nicely done, maybe they'll hang it somewhere.
I think you're right. I think they would. I mean,
would hang
he's
it.
such a huge part of that.
So that's why I think if it's really well done.
Yeah, and they have enough buildings now. They have that building, and then they have that building that's east of it that they have, so.
John, do you see this, is this etched on metal or printed on paper or?
I would do the artwork, would just be on paper. Now you can do, once the artwork is done, you can do a lot of things with it, but I think the, you know, the historical tie-in with the Broadway type style would be just, you know, ink on paper, the
Okay, no,
original.
you're right. That's good. Thanks.
What if,
Yeah.
what if it's like,
I mean, I've done them before where they put them on metal, you
Do a
know.
what?
like a frame with two openings and you had the
Picture
picture and then,
on one side and.
yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking is we have done a playbill cover once. Maybe we can put his portrait on like a playbill cover and make it more theatrical. Any thoughts there?
I think kind of classic. I think
Classic.
like when you're thinking like old school, like there, what we're just doing is enough, because I think it's very charming. I find the whole thing just in ink on paper with a black frame.
And a little description on the
Something,
bottom.
yeah.
It's just perfect.
Like you
Yeah.
can hang at Sardi's.
Yeah, that's what I'm, I couldn't
Yeah.
have that name in my
Yeah,
head, but
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I think that's very old school.
Now, it could be where I do the artwork and then And then that artwork is printed on the paper with the, with the verbiage that you want typeset under it. And then the original art can be given to one person, to somebody, and then the, that print hung up. There's a lot of different ways. It's what that, you just kind of decide
One piece.
how we want.
One
to do
piece,
that.
let's give them the original one piece that has the possibility of being hung in the rep. It has Webster Groves Arts Commission Lifetime Achievement in the Arts,
More emphasis on the drawing.
2021, a date of maybe October 16, 2021.
I love the idea, simple paper,
Simple
black frame
and-
sardies. Yeah,
So John, can we ask you to do I guess, a more polished form of this and then
We'll talk to Lynn Bose.
talk to Lynn and I don't know,
Oh,
Oh,
Jerry,
I would do the,
Bob
yeah.
and John, if I could
I
get you
would do
guys
the artwork.
together and.
I would do the artwork finished, yeah. This is just on a,
Yeah.
sketch tracing paper.
Well,
What-
I'm just because we need it in less than 2 weeks, can we just have a subcommittee of Jerry and Rob and John and you guys can make this happen? Are we all,
Yeah.
is that work?
Yeah, I'm gonna, if this is a go, I'll stop up at Rafika today and, basically plan the framing if we want to have an inscription underneath it, so they can get that going.
Okay,
and the presentation, I think it itself should be short and sweet.
short
John-
and sweet, and as I
Judy.
said, I'm not available, so.
John-
Judy, are you around or Don, can we?
And Patrick, we got.
Well, we want a bunch of people going up there?
I
or-
think we need maybe 2 people, somebody to present the picture and somebody to say like less than 5 minutes worth of work.
Oh, yeah, like
Oh,
1
like
minute,
2
Like
1
1
minute,
minute,
yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah, I
out
would
of
think-
town that day.
I would think just, Katie is as
She's
the
not-
ruler of the commission.
Katie's out of town.
Yes, I appreciate your faith, John, but I'm unavailable, so.
Oh,
I nominate Patrick. He's a
All right.
terrific public speaker.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you have any experience with public speaking?
I would be happy to do it. I really appreciate any verbiage. I mean, in 1 minute, like for years, the Webster Art Commission has honored blah, blah, blah. And we are pleased to have this opportunity to present, a real treasure of the community. Okay. Something
that-
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, again, Jerry, if you want to connect on that, I don't know if.
When I read a draft, I'll run it
Oh,
past you. Yeah.
Judy or Don, because you've done these before, if you have some notes that you've made in the past that would save reinventing the wheel on this speech.
But I would really think in terms of like 60 seconds.
Yeah,
Get up there,
60 seconds.
do it, get out.
And if John's there, he can hold these.
there you go.
Oh.
Actually, that would be fantastic.
Hey, John, yeah,
Oh.
and then I can point out that, you are the artist, that you should take some credit for this.
Well, that's not necessary. I mean,
Oh, come on, John, the lovely and talented
Oh, he can
John.
just hold it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
I
and,
do have
and
a dance number I would like to, do along
What'd he
with
say?
it.
He has a dance number.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'd like to get, if you do the verbiage, I could just put that at the bottom as a title, but not very fancy. I mean, I would just do it like in a script.
Yes.
Just say
that's
lifetime
right.
achievement of the award or 2000.
Instead of a play, Webster Arts Commission,
We'll give you the verbiage.
yeah, I
Tell me
like
what
that,
it is.
that's
If
good.
it's a lot of verbiage, then I probably would opt for some,
I'll write down something. I don't know if I still have it, but yeah, for years past, kind of.
yeah, just the words that we introduced the awards with, just so Patrick has a starting point.
Yeah, yeah.
But John is saying that in script, in handwriting, he would write on the paper, the 2021, whatever this is called, arts person of the year
Yeah.
achievement. Is that what you were saying, John, that you would?
well, it
instead
was
of
just a
like plate-
suggestion. If you did, if.
I like it, I like
That would
it.
be cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Otherwise, it would have, it would be typeset, and then the mat would come down and have a window for the inscription and a cut window for the drawing. You don't understand, like a two openings in your mat.
Yeah.
So that you
John,
don't see that the typesetting is, it's typeset, it's just sort of in there.
I think it's
If
still,
it's small enough, just like, Stephen Wolf, Lifetime Achievement in the Arts, 2021, I guess. Then I think it could, it would kind of take the place of the artist's signature, if you would, you know what I mean? Like, sort of, here's the picture, and then below it, just in a handwritten script is, and I could show you that.
Would you need two holes in the mat, or could you just put it at the bottom?
No,
of-
then you wouldn't, it'd all be one part.
Yeah, I think I like it better without two holes in the mat.
It's gonna be easier for the Bosets to.
Yeah.
Either way, it's suitable and appropriate either way, it's not like one is kind of crazy, like the two openings is not unusual when we framed a
No,
ton of them.
it's just, but if we're going with the idea of simple, classy,
A little lower key, yeah, a little softer.
you would write it with the Palmer method, right? The Palmer method.
Okay,
This is
I
thinking
think
that
Marilyn was right.
Did anybody get that?
I think we're actually, I think we have two things happening here that are gonna happen simultaneously, right? John, if you and Jerry and Rob can figure out what the picture itself actually looks like and the words, there'll be some sort of a caption at the bottom of that picture. If you guys can sort that out. The other piece that we're worried about here then is Patrick is gonna make a 60-second presentation verbally at the program on the 16th. Judy, if you have some words of wisdom about that you could share, I don't know, Don, if you have some of your notes from what you said, just so Patrick has a starting point.
Just short.
Short. And John, if you're available to just like make that presentation with Patrick on the 16th, he can speak and you can hand over the framed piece of art. If you're not available, then we may twist Jerry's arm.
Yeah, I like
On a
everything.
white wall.
I don't really want to be part of the handing off of the art.
Okay.
Fine.
So we will see if,
I can just go with the thing under my arm too. Nobody, I mean,
or if anybody else wants to jump in or not.
Wear it like a
I
backpack.
might be, I'll do it if I'm here.
I think the problem is a lot of us are out of town.
it's fine. I just carry it. It's not a big deal.
You're here, right here. Yeah.
Anyway, a reminder that if you are planning to attend that, you do need to get on and make a reservation because
Go to
I'm
the
guessing.
rep website.
And it's gonna be in the theater itself or in the opera rehearsal studio?
That's a very good
it's in
question. That's in
the,
the theater.
Loretta Hilton.
Okay,
So yeah, and I don't know if we can actually send out the link to that. Do we have
I
a,
thought Jerry did.
It's on the website.
I did,
Okay.
long time ago.
maybe we can,
Oh,
maybe we can
just
send it
send it
out
again.
again, just
Yeah, just send it again.
I'll see if I can find it in the email,
in the email.
in my
So-
email system.
So, John, I have a question. What size do you think, do you want, like the drawing, what size do you want the drawing, or what size do you want the whole art to be?
Like 11 by 14 or something.
Yeah, probably about that. Let me measure what I got here. This
Like
is
16 by
coming-
20 is.
I can probably,
No, 16 by 20 is fine.
You think?
I think it's not a bad, no, 16 by 20 is pretty small. It's not really that big. I think that's appropriate size. It's not too big, it's not too small.
Okay.
Okay,
right,
can we
Yeah, I
let
think that's a
the
good size.
printing up committee work out sizing and we trust you guys.
I mean, if,
judgment.
yeah, unless it's going into
Because-
somebody's office, but if they decide to put it in a
Because
hallway,
we're
you
down
don't
to
want it.
Well, we could
15
also have a
minutes
bigger mat and have an 11 by 14.
Oh, the image, well, see, that's what I'm thinking. Is
Oh, I
it
was thinking the frame
image?
would be 16.
All right,
Yeah, that's
let's
what I'm
do
thinking.
it.
Figure it
Let's
out.
work
All
hard
right.
amongst yourselves.
wait,
All right.
how large? were
That's
you
what I'm
saying?
thinking too.
We're gonna work it out. You guys are gonna work it out by your subcommittee.
Yes, we are gonna trust your judgment.
Yeah.
Right
Not
now,
your
they
judgment.
don't-
I'm gonna trust their judgment.
Okay.
Okay,
right now the
Um,
art is
so-
7 by-
I'm sorry, John, we
The artwork
lost.
itself is About 7 by 9.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
We'll figure it out.
we trust you guys to figure
It
it
would
out.
finish out about, I would guess about 12 by 16 or 11 by 14, something like that.
Okay. All right, Well, moving along then, I hope, did everybody have a chance to look at what Beth sent out?
I'm sure not.
Probably
That was
not, because
that was like a
morning-
Hail Mary pass. Like 7:30 in the morning, like,
Did
oh.
everyone get what Beth sent out this morning?
Yeah, sorry about that. No, I had a whole grand plan to send that out before the weekend and I just didn't. So I just wanted to update you all because I've been working on this for a while. And I do have like the first few pages of it. I didn't want to print out 10 pages for everyone, 11 pages. So where we are at now in the process is the ideas, and that formatted kind of funny, sorry. So the idea is that we have some language that talks about why we think public art is important. Who, you know, that the Arts Commission helps to select and get the art to actual locations that we think would inspire residents, engage them in the artistic process and all that good stuff. And then underneath that, we would have ideally some sort of like slideshow that would just have slides of art, various pieces underneath it. And then we would have a list of all the art. And then the information that we have, like, and if we have enough on a piece of art for a separate page, then it would link off to a separate page. So that is what the 11 pages of content actually shows, like the initial paragraph, talking about why we do this, why public art is important, information about a slideshow, information about the individual pieces, and then also like at the bottom of the page, it would have the donate section and talking about like, if you want to help support public art, here's how to do it. Then the other page content that is like the last like 8 pages of the document is just individual, the content that would be on individual pages about that piece. With the idea being that if we have an individual page for each piece, when we do want to do something that it corresponds to like an art walk or showcasing a particular piece of art, we have an actual URL that we can then link off to, either from like a website, or we could have it be a QR code or whatever that might be, but we have the content there. So where we stand now is, if you look at that document, there's some highlighted little yellow sections where I don't really have, like, I might have the date the piece was installed at Webster, but I can't find the date that that piece was actually produced. I would like to have date of production for each piece. I'd have a couple questions about some of the pieces that I've reached out to individual people on. Alex is helping me with some of the Webster University stuff to get that ingrained within the rest of the content. There's not a ton of parity between each piece and each page, which I think is okay. Like some pieces of art, we have a lot of good information from Webster U or Lawmeyer on, and it's very high level kind of artistic stuff. I tried to kind of make that a little bit more like available to the layperson, so it doesn't sound too academic. But some pieces we don't have that kind of level of detail, so we're just kind of describing it in our own words. So there's just going to be a little bit of difference in terms of like each piece and what the information we have. Sometimes we have an artist statement, sometimes we don't. So I guess next steps, I think the best thing for next steps would be for if there's somebody else that wants to look at this content, because right now it's kind of, I've looked at it, I've compiled it, I've tried to mildly edit it and get it into the right kind of framework. But obviously I'm sure I'm missing some things and I'm not the be all end all. So if somebody else wants to kind of take a look at looking at this and giving some thoughts. And then I think Don has taken some great photographs, and maybe he can then share, if he could share those with Jennifer when it's time, so that whoever would be responsible for getting these on the site has all the content they need. And I'm sure we'll have to kind of make some adjustments as we go. Once that's like uploaded, there might be some specs that we missed in terms of photographs, and if we need to take some more, great. But I'm kind of like, I think right now I'm kind of at the place where somebody else needs to come in and take a look, so that I'm not missing something that you guys might catch. So.
Are we gonna title it something like altogether? I mean, call it like
Public art and Webster.
I know, but no, there's another way to approach it, like art walk or.
Well, but it's not an art walk yet. Like
Yeah.
that's,
No, I meant-
yeah. I
Well,
think-
no, they have this idea art walk, but there's some other way of just saying public art, and Webster Groves is just kind of, for me, it's just kind of.
Well, you can, but the thing you need to think about, like, people are gonna be searching, and you need it to be like,
Okay.
you need the key terms.
No,
you
that
don't
can be
wanna-
the
yeah.
subtype. I'm just thinking that.
You can, I mean, We can do
had-
any number of things, but we just need to, you know, like, so to come to consensus. So if anyone else wants to make suggestions, that's fine. I do think that whatever the page needs to be actually say what the page is, because
Okay,
from a search standpoint and from people who just like, hey, what's there and what's grows, it needs to be immediately identifiable,
Right.
well, this is what you're gonna see.
Marilyn, did you have
Why
a?
don't we just call it City of the Arts? Tour.
Tour of the City of the Arts.
no,
Public
you're
records.
totally
Yeah.
right.
I mean, I
And-
think once we get to the
No,
tour
and-
part,
and-
that would have a,
yeah.
that have a catchy name, like, but I think the idea is that we don't even have anything up that says anything about the art that we have here, so get that up first, basic. And then we can modify, once
No,
we have all the content, we can make
You're
it.
basically,
something
no,
more-
you've already stated.
Yeah.
Let's edit.
So Beth, what you sent out, is that what we're editing? Is that?
Well, I mean, yes, here's the thing, I as much as I want input from everyone, I don't think it's viable to have like 12 people go in and edit the document. I don't think that's a good process, you know, that never works. So I think if there's we had a little subcommittee, if someone on that subcommittee wants to take, a couple people want to take a look and think about it, and maybe there's bigger pieces like the homepage, we all talk about something, but it's not, we're never gonna get anything done if 12 people are taking a look at content. So I'm open to suggestions of who those couple people want to be to look at it, but yeah, I think editing by committee is never a good idea.
Is anybody, would anyone like to volunteer to be part of that?
I volunteer to edit, as
Sure.
Jennifer knows.
Jerry has
Another-
volunteered. Do we have maybe one other
Drive
person who
people
would
crazy
want
with
to?
editing.
I think I'm good.
All right, so Lauren, so Jerry and Lauren.
I'll take a look, not today, but at least tomorrow.
Yeah, and what you're gonna find is like, was compiled, some people wrote other things, like, this was compiled by several different people gathering information. So while I kind of created it in a format that is sort of tied together, you're gonna see that it's not like, there's not a ton of parity between the descriptions and things like that. So if you have suggestions on that, please, you know, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. I was just trying to kind of gather everything and put it in a framework, but I welcome suggestions. And you also may have personal relationships with some of the art that you want to add descriptions, or you want to add like like things that people could explore and look at in a different way. So please do so in that regard.
And I guess I accept that 12 people never get anything done, but it would be swell if everybody would at least read over this stuff and just see if something really egregious jumps out at you. Not that you have to, but this is a lot of work. Beth has put a tremendous amount of energy into this, and I think it would behoove us all to be conscious of what's in there and what she's
definitely.
pulled together, so.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of help, so thank you all. But, and I think there might be like, I might send out a different version of it, because I think right now it's in formatting mode. So if you did print it out, you're gonna see it like printed out small. So I might send out a new version that'll print correctly for you if anyone prints it out. If anyone prints anymore, so I don't know.
Beth, are there, is the document, does it show which things are missing in here?
It doesn't show, so missing is no, so for instance, the trovas that we still don't have a lot of information for, that's not in there. My thinking is that like, we maybe move forward with, like, if we move forward with what we have, we're gonna keep adding to this, it's gonna be, you know, growing, so I don't, you know,
I might have the listing from county originally when they did the not auction, but when they did the, whatever it was that we submitted to request those pieces.
yeah, I don't have it, it doesn't have like a blank space left for anything at this point, because I wanted it to be kind of like as move forward with what we have, and then we can add it as we go.
Okay.
So let me see.
Well, thank you so much for pulling that together. That is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, so much
Really
work.
nice.
Oh
So
my
much
God.
work, holy cow.
Thank you, Beth.
And good progress. Okay, and I think we're moving on to, does anybody have any miscellaneous updates? Are we, any other thing you want to bring?
I would just strongly advocate again to make sure that you put that donate link into whatever website that you put in there, so people can give and know that there are opportunities to give tax deductible amounts to public art.
Yeah.
I think the potential of doing that and raising awareness in the community, you know, I feel like the capacity is there.
Sure, that's a good point. Any other updates? Any other news? All right,
Next meeting will be.
our next meeting is actually, I believe, Election Day,
Oh, it is.
believe it or not. Is that a problem for anyone? It would be November the 2nd at,
Is
I'm
there an
assuming
election?
8 o'clock in the morning. It's on my calendar as election.
It is election day. I mean, it's that Monday or that Tuesday, but I don't think there is
So I think
anything
it's
here.
not
I
a
don't know,
problem.
I was like, what are we
Yeah.
voting for?
Not hearing a problem with
Of course, they
that.
only have,
How does November the 2nd at 8 o'clock in the morning? Or mixed bag with everybody?
Good.
Are there any other comments?
I just, who is, didn't hear real well on the Stephen Wolf thing. Is that Don and Rob?
Jerry and Rob.
Jerry and Rob, okay.
So if you go
Okay, so,
over, if you go over to see Lynn, just let us know, or maybe we'll go with you, or we'll figure it out, or whatever.
okay,
All right.
All right.
Thank you all.
Thanks all. Sorry you couldn't see us.
We are here, I
I
promise.
Sorry.
Someday we'll work
Alright.
it. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, someday we'll all be back in person.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's what it'll work at.